Welcome back to another video. Today we will focus on our entire body. We're going to go through some of the classical Pilates moves. We're moving at our own pace here, and you won't need any equipment, just your mat. So roll it out and let's get started. We're going to start by lying down, focusing on deep breaths. So your feet are flat on your mat. You relax through your shoulders. Bring your feet in slightly. You have your body in a neutral spine. Option to place your fingertips on your rib cage, and we go for some deep breaths. So we inhale, take a deep breath in, and exhale, release it all out. We repeat, inhale, and exhale, sigh it all out. One more time. Inhale, feel your rib cage rise. Exhale, release. So now from here, we take our hands down by our sides. You're going to bring your feet into a tabletop position, legs in a tabletop position. And we're just going to go for some spinal twists. So you might want to have your hands out on a slight diagonal, or you can have them down by your side. Relaxing through your upper body. We're going to allow our legs to fall over to the left. Keeping the shoulders on your mat and back to center, other side. Inhale, over to the right. And exhale back to center. We really want to think about keeping our shoulder blades on our shoulders on our mat here. We're moving with control, making sure that those knees are stacked directly over the hips. And this is our last one here. So now from here, you're going to take your hands, bring them back in. If they were on that diagonal, we go for some toe taps. So single leg toe taps, starting with the left leg. So we tap down and we lift up. And we alternate sides here. You have your lower back pressed to your mat. Your core is engaged. And we'll do one more on each side. Last one here. So now we bring our hands up to the ceiling, palms face one another. We're going to go for some shoulder shrugs. So you're going to really extend your arms up to the ceiling, fingertips trying to reach for the ceiling. You'll feel your shoulder blades open up, and then you release down. So inhale, lift those shoulders off of your mat. Exhale, release. And we'll do two more. Last one. And release down. Now we go for some arm circles. So you have the option to bring your feet back down on your mat if that works better for you. Or if you want that extra core engagement, you can keep your legs stacked in that 90-degree position. So here we go for our arm circles. We're going to circle backwards. We have two more in this direction, and then we will reverse. So now here we go, reverse. So bring your arms down, sweep them around, come back up, down, around, and up. Last one, down, around, and up. Let's go ahead and add some dead bugs while we're in this position. So as your left leg extends, your right arm will come back and pull it back in, other side. Inhale, right leg, left arm, and we pull it back in. You have the option to just tap your toes as your arm extends and bring it back in. And we'll do one more on each side. Just kind of warming up our body. It won't be anything too strenuous today. Last one here, release your feet down. And we will get started here. So we start with chest lifts. We're going to bring our hands behind our head. Chest lifts, ab curls, whatever you want to call it. So here you have your elbows nice and wide. Those feet are flat on your mat. So we're going to start to inhale as we lift up. Shoulders come up off of the mat, and we exhale, release down. So as you lift, careful not to pull on your neck. Your fingertips are just slightly resting behind your head. You want to make sure that you keep the connection between your back and your mat. We'll do one more and then we add a rotation. So now the next time we lift up, we take our right hand, rotate over to the left, back to center, come down. Up, over to the right, center, and release. Taking your time here with this. So now we're going to take out the rest in the middle and we're just going to go all the way. So going over to the right, we're just going to rotate, rotate. 4 more, 3 more, 2, and we're going to hold it over to the left and we're just going to lift, lift just for 3, 2, 1. Now let's go right back to it. Alternating sides, and then we're going to hold over to the right on this next one. So hold over to the right and we just lift, lift for 3, 2, 1. Release everything down. From here we go for our hundreds. So bring your feet. We can start here with our feet flat on our mat. This is a great way to start with hundreds as a very modified version. So we lift head, neck, and shoulders up. Fingertips are shooting away from you. You have just a very small tuck in your chin. We don't want to bring it down too much. We don't want that pressure in our neck. So just a small tuck and we go for those pumps. So we inhale for 5 and exhale for 5. So we inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you stay right here or you bring your leg up to the tabletop position one at a time and release down. And we can alternate here. So we inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we come up to tabletop and we continue the pumping of our arms. Now you pick the option that works better for you. You can keep your feet flat on your mat, or you can alternate lifting one leg up at a time, or you're here with me. Last round. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Release your head down. Keep those legs exactly where they are. Hands come back behind the head and we go for a crisscross. So starting with the extension of the right leg, your right arm comes over to the left and we just switch. So we switch and switch. 8 more here. 7, 6. Really try to get that elbow to reach the knee. 4, 3. That bottom leg stays hovered. 2, 1. So now we release down. Bring your left knee in. We go for our single leg stretches. So hovering your right leg up off of your mat, we start to lift head, neck, and shoulders up, hovering that right leg, and we go for our single leg switch. So we inhale, inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, inhale, switch. So just a pull, pull, release. Pull, pull, and switch. 4 more. In 3, we go for the double leg stretch. 2 and 1. So now we bring both of our knees in. Arms extend out and around as our legs extend, and we bring it back in. So inhale and exhale. Option to rest your head down, but making sure you keep your back pressed into your mat. 4 more here. 3 more. We go for the straight legs. 2 and 1 more. So now we're going to extend our right leg up to the ceiling. Left leg goes long. And we go pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. Wow, that feels amazing for my hamstrings. So we inhale, inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs stay up to the ceiling. Rest your head down. Place your hands either behind your head or can have them underneath your seat, making a diamond shape with your thumb and your pointer. We go for lower lifts. So here you have your lower back pressed into your mat. Now, I'm going to say this, if you have a ball, this would actually work perfectly to help your lower back stay pressed into your mat, getting that those deep core muscles working. So we inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. So we only go as lower as our back will allow us to go without arching up. We go for 3. In 2, we're going to bring our legs down to the mat. And last one. Come up and release your legs down. Release the hands as well. Arms reach up overhead. We go for roll-ups. So gluing those thighs together, you see there's an neutral spine here. So we inhale, start to lift up, palms face one another, gluing those legs together. And exhale, fall forward. So we start to slowly tuck back, tucking that core, tucking those hips under. Arms reach overhead. Inhale, we lift up. Finding the control here. Exhale, release down. We'll do one more. So here, we want to think of our head coming down last. Moving with intention. And this is our last one. You fall forward. And we find a nice seated position. I'm gonna scoot back on my mat. We're gonna go for some seated twists. So with the seated twist, we're gonna have our hands behind our head. I'll turn here. You're gonna have your feet mat distance apart. So elbows nice and wide. You're sitting up nice and tall. You have your core engaged. That crown of the top of your head is really reaching for the ceiling. So here we go. We're gonna twist over to the left to start. So we're just gonna twist, twist, come back to center. Twist, twist, center. So we inhale, 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 exhale, center. Giving our spine some love. Let's go for one more on each side. Last one. So we come back to center. Arms will come out to a T position, flexing the feet. We're going to go for a saw. So still sitting up nice and tall, keeping that core engaged. We switch over to the left. We inhale, inhale, reaching for the pinky toe, up. We're back to center. So we switch and center. Inhale, inhale, exhale, center. Keep going here. Almost like a helicopter, right? What a reference. And we'll do one more on the left side. And we come back to center. So now you're going to bring your feet in just slightly, right at hip distance. Arms will come up to the ceiling. We're going to go for a spine stretch forward variation. So keeping your feet flexed, sitting up so nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, fall forward. Inhale, forward. Exhale, release. My apologies. So we inhale as we lift up. Exhale, fall forward. Trying to reach for the soles of the feet or your ankles, your shins. However much flexibility you have in your body, will fall forward one more time. And we come all the way back up. Release our hands down. I'm going to turn back. So we're in that same position. So now we're going to roll ourselves down halfway, so kind of like a C curve. So we're going to keep our legs at a hip distance apart. We're going to come, tuck and roll under. We're going to bring our hands together. So kind of like make the fists touch one another. You have the option to bend your knees here and come into that C curve, or you can keep your legs extended out long. We're just going to twist over to the left, back to center, twist over to the right. So that half roll down with a twist. Always showing our spine some love. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Now let's add some spice to it. So as you twist over to the left, we're going to twist, twist, center. Come back to the right, twist, twist, center. One more on each side. Twist, twist, center. Twist, twist, center. Now extend your arms out in front of you, and we're going to slowly roll ourselves all the way down. Whew. Let's go for some leg circles. So starting with your right leg comes up to the ceiling. With our leg circles, we want to really think of keeping our hips flat on our mat without having them move. Now, you do have the option to bend your knee in and make the move slightly smaller, or if you want to keep your leg extended out long and just make your circle smaller, reducing that range of motion, it's up to you. So we start with our leg circles. So you can have your hands down on your hips or flat on your mat. We really want to think of controlling this move here. We relax through our shoulders. So we start to allow the leg to fall over to the left. Big circle or small circle, whatever works for you. And we come back to center. So I'll show you what it looks like with the bent knee. So you'll probably want to make your circle just a little bit smaller. So this is what it would look like if you chose to keep your knee bent, or if you want to keep your leg straight and make the move smaller, reducing the range of motion. We just make a small circle. Really focusing on those hips. So here we go. You choosing whatever one you want to do today. So let's make that circle. 2 more in this direction. Fall forward over to the left, down, around, and center. Now we reverse our circle. So now we sweep it over to the right, down, around, center. 2 more here. Lots of core control. Believe it or not, our core is definitely working here. And then we release that leg down. We take it to the other side. So remembering that you're picking either with the bent knee, reducing the circle, the range of motion with the circle, or you're making that really big circle with me. So here we go. We're lifting our left leg up. Left leg falls over to the right as we make our circle. And center. One more in this direction. And we reverse. So dropping over to the left, back to center, and around. 2 more. And last one. So now that left leg meets the mat And let's continue our work for today. We go for some bridging. So you're going to bring your feet in just enough to where you can touch your heels with your fingertips. Neutral spine, relax through the upper body. I sound like a broken record, I'm sure, but it's okay. We're going to start to tuck and roll our hips up as we go through our bridge, pressing through the heels of your feet. You'll feel work here in your glutes. Hamstrings will turn on as well, and we slowly roll ourselves down. So we inhale, tuck, and roll your hips up. Exhale, release. One more here, and then we add on. And we release down. So now from here, we're going to go for some marches. Scoot myself down. So you're going to tuck and roll your hips up, allowing the weight to fall over to the right. We march alternating sides. So weight falls to the left, right leg lifts up. Now, you can stay here with the march, or we can add our arms if you feel so inclined. So we lift and lower. Just really nice and easy, getting some movement in our arms as well as our legs. Keeping those hips up nice and high as you lift and lower. For 3, 2, and 1. Release everything down. So now from here, we come onto the side. Let's start on our right side. We're going to go for some side kneeling work. So bring your right hand down on your mat. Your left leg is extended out long. We're going to go for like a side kneeling triangle. So as you inhale, you want to press yourself up. Arms come out to the side. And then we reach back overhead. So we lift up. Arms come to a T position and back. One more, and then we put in a move. So now we lift up here. Now the next time we come down, arm stays up to the ceiling. You're going to go for thread the needle, which is not a classical Pilates move, but it's okay. It's always good to add a little more. And we twist. So really think of twisting your spine and really driving those fingertips to the back of the room. So now from here, we're going to add the two moves together. So now we lift up, we drop down, thread the needle. We come up, T, left arm stays up, we thread the needle. One more. Moving so nice and easy today. I love it. It doesn't have to be crazy all the time, right? And we lower down. All right, so now from here, we go for side lying lifts. So before we switch over to the other side, so now we hold our arm up to the ceiling and we're just gonna lift and tap, lift and tap. Now sweep your arm down as your leg comes up. So we lift and tap. So arm comes down as the leg lifts up, for 3, 2, and 1. Amazing job. Okay, so now from here, we come into a quick little mermaid position before we transition. So grabbing your left ankle with your left hand, right arm reaches up to the ceiling. We're going to fall over to the left, feeling a nice release in that right side, and we come down. Let's take it to the other side. So that side kneeling triangle first. So your hand is directly underneath your shoulder. Here we go. We press ourselves up. You can have that bottom foot flat on your mat as opposed to keeping just the toes on the mat. So we lift, making that T. Last one before we add the thread the needle. So now we come down, arm stays up at the ceiling. We thread it under and we come back up. Allow your eye gaze to follow the hand. And we breathe. One more and then we put the two moves together. So now we come up, making our T. Left hand meets the mat. We thread the right hand under and we come back up. So make our T. My hair is all over the place, yes. We thread it under and we come back up. One more. And we finish with our T. So now we bring our hand down and let's go ahead and start to lift that top leg. So we lift up and tap, up and tap. Now we add the arm just for 5 here. 4, 3, hello, outer glutes and core, obliques 2, and 1. Amazing job. Now we come down for our mermaid on the other side. Holding on to that right ankle with the right hand, left arm reaches up to the ceiling. We fall over to the right, feeling a stretch in the left side of the body. And we come back up. All right, so we are actually almost done with our class today. We're going to get into some side lying leg lifts. So from here, let's go ahead and go on to the right side. So resting your head in your hand, your feet will be stacked on top of one another. To start, your left hand will be pressing into your mat, hips stacked on top of one another. So you're going to take your bottom leg, push it forward towards the corner of your mat. Left leg stays in line with the hip, so that top leg stays in line with their hip. We're just going to slowly lift up and release down. As you lift your leg, we don't want to lift it up too high here, right? We're finding control. What muscles are being worked here? What do you feel? You want to think of having a resistance band wrapped so tight around those thighs that you can barely even lift. We want to feel that our outer glutes working here. For 3, 2, and 1. Now from here, we're going to slowly kick forward. So flex that top foot. You're going to kick forward, point, kick back. So we inhale as we kick forward, exhale, point, kick back. Trying to reduce the rockage of the hips. For 3, for 2, and your last one. So now bring your leg in line with your hip, and we're just going to draw some small circles. Forward, 8 here, 7, slow circles. For 5, 4, in 3, we reverse our circle, 2, and 1. Here's the burn. Here we go, reverse. 8 here, 7, moving nice and slow, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that leg down. Woo. We come up and we take that to the other side. And believe it or not, once we're done with this, we only have one exercise left, focusing on our back. So hips stacked on top of one another. Right hand is pressed into the mat. You take that bottom leg, meets the corner of your mat. Top leg is in line with the hip, and we flex that foot. So we lift up like we have that resistance band on, and we lower down. Lift and lower. 6 here, and then we go for our kicks. 4, 3, and 2. We're gonna flex forward. Last one. So now here we lift, flex forward, point, kick back. So we inhale forward, exhale, kick back. Now you may need to adjust. As you can see, instead of being flat on my hand, it works better for me if I just have my fingertips pressed into the mat, so that way I'm not rocking too much. 3, 2, and 1. So now we hold it back and we draw those circles. We have 8 forward and 8 back. We have 7 more forward. 6, 5, 4, not too fast. 3, 2, 1. And reverse our circles. Small circles. We have 7 more. 6. I feel obliques, outer thighs. 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. So now from here, we're going to come onto our back. We're going to go for some back extensions, back pulls, and then we're out of here. All right. So coming onto our belly, your legs are mat distance apart. You have your hands directly under your shoulders. Your elbows are into your sides. Your gaze is right above, is right in the, I can't talk. Your gaze is right at your mat. Your nose hovers slightly up off of your mat. I'm going to get it together, y'all. So here we go for some back extensions. So just kind of pressure the heels of your hand into your mat as you lift up. A very small move. Exhale, release down. You have those hips press into your mat and release. So we inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. 2 more. And your last one here. So now we extend our arms out. We're going to go for some back pulls. So hovering your hands up off of your mat, your arms off of your mat. We lift, we pull, squeezing those elbows into the sides. Exhale, come down. So we inhale, lift and pull. Exhale, release. Squeezing that lower back. 2 more. Keeping those feet flat on your mat. Last one. We come down onto the left cheek, flipping those palms up and rest down. So now we come up, press your hands into your mat. We come up for a quick up dog. We just kind of sway over to the left and over to the right. Gaze goes over that right shoulder, 1 more on each side. Feeling the crack in my back. We press back for a child's pose. And we come back up. Quick cat cow. So inhale, arching the lower back, gaze slightly comes up. Exhale, round through the spine. Gaze is at the belly button here. Inhale and exhale, round. One more. And round. And we find a crisscross position in the center of our mat. We take our right arm, reach up and over to the left. We come back to center, other side. Left arm up and over to the right. Back to center, both arms reach up to the ceiling as we inhale. Exhale, come down. Feel free to close your eyes as we place one hand on our heart, one hand on our belly, and we're thinking of what we can be grateful for today. Setting your intentions for this day, for the week, for the month, whatever it is that you have for yourself. Be so amazingly proud of yourself for showing up for yourself today, for just moving your body in ways that it doesn't have to be anything crazy, just moving your body for yourself. And we always remember that we can only pour into others if we pour into ourselves first. And let's go ahead and open up our eyes. One last big inhale up. And exhale, we sigh it all out. Thank you so much for joining me today in our gentle, full body, no equipment Pilates session. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for joining me, and you have an amazing day.